Mr. Excel podcast is sponsored by Easy Excel. Mr. Excel podcast, really dependent validation. Hey, welcome back to the Mr. Excel netcast. I'm Bill Gillenwall. This goes all the way back to episode 383. I just got a comment from someone who said, "Hey, I'm completely new to Excel. I'm trying to follow your episode 383, and it's not working for me." And what he had a form that people were trying to fill out here with data validation, and he had successfully set up this drop down to come from this list back here in the second sheet. So I'm looking at two different sheets in the same workbook here. That's view, new window, and then arrange all vertical. All right, so he had well, let's just do it. Data validation is set up to refer to a range called customer, and we'll take a look at that. But once he chose a customer from the list, see, some of these customers are in here twice with two different addresses. So when he chooses a customer from the list, he wants to be able to choose an address from the list that is just the addresses for the cozy corner, let's say. And of course, these are all made-up addresses. The cozy corner is really not here. So then we get down to the address validation, and he was trying to follow the podcast 383 to do that, but this is a lot harder than what we have to do in podcast 383. Let's take a look at the actual solution here. I said, what you have to do is you're going to use the offset function, and that's one of the hardest functions in Excel. And I apologized. I said, I'm sorry that sometimes things in Excel are really, really hard to do. We're going to start from the customer list sheet, cell B1. That's the start from. And then they want to know how many rows down do we go to get to the start of this range. So that's the match of what they entered in cell B2. In this list of customers over here, we want an exact match. So that'll say, hey, cozy corner is down 1, 2, 3, 4 rows from that spot. How many rows over? Well, no, I don't want to go any rows over from B1. I want to stay right there in column B. And then the height, I did a count if. Look through the customers, see how many are equal to cozy corner. That should be 2. And I warned him, I said, you're going to have to make sure that this data is sorted and that all of the like customers are together. And then the width is 1. So I took that whole formula and I went off to formulas, and I did define name, but since it's already defined, we're going to have to just edit here. And so I created a name called addresses and pasted that big, huge formula in there. And I always get this wrong every single time. You have to be really careful to put those dollar signs around B1. Everything has to have dollar signs in this box, otherwise it gets completely screwed up. So click OK, click close. Let's go back and test it out. So we choose cozy corner. We should be offered 1621 Tropical Trail or 421 Courtney. Beautiful, that works. We come up here and we'll choose Serving Brevard Realty, and we should be offered 1921 and 921. Beautiful, that's working. Isn't that cool? And they said, okay, now I need a way for the customer list to automatically grow as I extend it. And that's actually simpler than what we just did. Let's take a look at the formula for that. We just start from customer list A1. How many rows down? 1 row down. How many columns over? 0. And then what's the height? Oh, we just do a count A of column A minus 1 with a width of 1. So we'll take a look at that in the name manager. We'll edit, and you're good to go. All right, now, so I've been having this conversation on YouTube, and I said, the real issue that I think would drive me crazy is the fact that the various items are in the list multiple times. Wouldn't you want to get down to the point where you had King's Duck in just in there twice instead of, or just in there once instead of 2 times? So I suggested taking this list, your customer list, coming at least a few columns away, pasting, and doing data remove duplicates. Click OK. Now you just have a unique list of customers, and then redefine the customer list to start in column E. So right here, we're going to start in E instead of A, and we're going to count the number of customers in E. Instead of A, Click OK, click close. Now I think we've got it. We have truly dependent validation. Everyone is appearing just once. And once you choose the customer, you get just the possible addresses in the whole list. So, nice improvement on podcast 383. Truly dependent validation. Hey, I want to thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time for another netcast.